Good morning. Happy Friday. It's a beautiful snowy morning. I do love the mountains and how it looks with the snow and how peaceful it is. But I hope you have your cup of coffee. Cheers, and let's get started on real estate coffee talk. So after I did the little, it's snowing in the mountains still, end of April. A couple of questions that came through with that is expectations of living in the mountains related to snow and kind of what you need to think about if you already live up here or are thinking of relocating to a mountain region. Not just in Summit County, but I'm assuming all mountains are kind of the same as far as these things that I'll bring up. So when does snow here in Summit County start? It typically starts snowing in October, but it doesn't stick on the ground till I would say mid-November. End of November is when it kind of starts sticking and the accumulation really begins. And then we'll have snow through mid-May. Same thing, not sticking on the roads, but you'll see it on the grassy areas sticking. And so just know that Colorado is known for its gorgeous sunny days. And so it could be snowing, but also be gorgeous and have that snow coming down. So when you're thinking about buying homes and living up here and what that looks like, things to think about as you're looking is accessibility. So accessibility to the home, the surrounding roads, your grocery store runs. If you have a family, kids, and getting them to and from school. Same thing with getting to and from work. And then also, depending on your schedule, if you travel and have to fly out a lot, where the nearest airports are. So, the trek down to Denver and the Front Range for that. Just thinking about year-round accessibility. There's, some remote places here where it's, secluded and awesome. But thinking about, will you be able to get there, mid-March when we have the most snow. And then also brings me to the topic of what kind of vehicle you have. Four-wheel drive here is a must. Studded snow tires, all those aspects of mountain living. Let's see what else. Snow load on roofs and maintenance. You have to clear that snow off of those periodically throughout the winter, depending on how much snow we get. It's also important to think about energy efficiency when it comes to kind of your windows. You want insulated windows and your heating systems. You want that serviced every year and make sure that's up to standards to keep you warm here in the cold days. But let's think about the fun things that you then have the ability to do in the wintertime here. We have skiing and snowboarding and snowmobiling, ice skating, ice fishing, so many awesome activities here in the mountains. We'll talk about summer ones a little bit later when our weather turns, but there's a lot to do here in the mountains, and it's becoming more and more activity driven, so you won't get bored. So that was some questions that arose. And then one I always get asked as well, and I will figure out how to kind of post this afterwards so you can see the numbers, but property taxes. Not sure how tuned in you are with Colorado property taxes versus the rest of the nation, but Colorado is one of the lowest property tax states here across the nation. And so, when you're thinking about budgeting and it comes time for working that spreadsheet, we chatted about that a little bit a couple weeks ago. As far as closing costs for property taxes, you can anticipate that it's going to be lower than other places. If you're already in Colorado, you're used to that. But if you're moving in from out of state, that'll be a nice little relief right there with that. But I will get that posted. Let's see if I have anything else before we tune off, because I didn't have anything else come in, and nothing else is coming in right now, but it was a pleasure having coffee with you this morning. If you have any questions about what I spoke about when it comes to mountain living. Oh, speaking of mountain living, one thing I thought about just now is if you are not up at your home a lot, it's important to have someone do those check-ins to make sure that everything is great with your home while you're away. We recommend opening cabinet doors, where there's sinks and piping so that your heat could get to those. So it's little tweaks and tips like that I have for you. Should you have more questions on that or want to know a little bit more about that realm and world when it comes to mountain living, please don't hesitate to reach out. That's what I'm here for. I've been in the mountains for almost 25 years, 24 years, and so I am well versed with snow and mountain living. So let me know what questions you have. I hope to see you next week on this as well. Feel free to message me your questions and I'll get those answered, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye.